Hey everyone, in this video I want to go over the Celo Progressive Dapp starter package. This is a GitHub repo. It's basically just a monorepo that makes it easy to get started writing smart contracts and building an interface for those contracts as a progressive web app. So basically it's a monorepo that includes a Hardhat package and a React app. And this is heavily inspired by Scaffold ETH built by Austin Griffith. Basically, all you need to get started is NVM or Node version 12. Some of the Celo SDK packages that we rely on use Node version 12, so that's what we use. It uses Yarn for package management, and then obviously to get this repo off of GitHub and start building your own project. So in the root of the repo, there's NVM RC file that will remind you to use Node version 12 if you're not. But other than that, there's just some overview steps here on how to deploy your contracts onto the Celo testnet and start the interface. Some cool things that this package also comes with is a way to serve your application on a mobile device. So when you're running a React app, this is the template. This is what it looks like when you start it up. You can also run it through a tunnel. So in this way, you can see that this is being served through, not on my local network, but it's being routed through a tunnel. So I can actually access this on a mobile device. And this is really handy during hackathons. So you can test on mobile when you're serving from your local computer. So to go to this on my phone, I can just click this button. And I'm using Brave browser, but I think Chrome has this as well. Where I can scan this QR code with my phone, and then my phone takes me there. So now I'm actually running my Dapp on my mobile phone. So I can click Connect Wallet. I just selected Wallet Connect, and now we can see all of my valid wallets that I can connect to via Wallet Connect. So this is nice to see what your app looks like and test it through a real Wallet Connect connection. So it's a cool thing that makes it easy to test during hackathons. There's some additional information here about deploying to Netlify. There's a Netlify configuration file here, so if you fork this repo, create a Netlify account, you should just be able to add your repository to Netlify, import it, and it will just have the site automatically deployed there, so it makes that super easy. In the rest of the README here, there's just some more information about doing local development. This repo defaults to testing on the AlphaHorse testnet, which isn't too bad for most use cases because we have 5-second block times on Celo, so it's pretty quick. But if you have a bunch of tests, you might want to run those locally. In our React library, we're using Use Contract Kit, which is built by the C Labs team, and it just manages. It's basically a React hook library that will manage your account. Manage connections to your network, allows you to send transactions easily. You can go into the React package to see how that works. There's a graph repo to show how to deploy a subgraph and query it. Some resources here on how to learn Solidity. You can get support. We have a dedicated channel on our Discord. There's a link in the README here. And we're welcoming contributions from the community. So if you're going through this and you find some things unclear, feel free to submit a PR, update it, as well as if you see some code that could be updated or you might want to add a feature, open a PR. We are paying bounties for contributions from the community, and there's a link here to the actual Gitcoin bounty. So that's a quick overview. Just going into the packages real quick. Hardhat. We have some saved deployment information here just for the AlphaHorse network. So when you first deploy this, you can connect to an already deployed contract on AlphaHorse. Some other things to point out here. We just have basic intro contracts in the contracts directory, a greeter and a storage contract. They're pretty similar. One's just storing a number, one's storing a string. But a lot of the network-specific configuration information is in the Hardhat config. We are using Hardhat deploy. It's a Hardhat plugin that makes it easy to manage this, as well as verify contracts on Sourceify, which when you deploy or when you verify your contracts on Sourceify, the Celo block explorer will automatically pick that up. The default deployment network here is Alpha Juarez, and we're using private keys for deployment. So there's an environment file in this directory with a private key that you will create a new account, add your private key here, and fund your account on the Alpha Juarez testnet faucet. So I think that covers the basics of the hard hat. Pretty straightforward. There's a lot more details about how to use hard hat if you're not familiar, how to use it with Alpha Juarez in the README here. Lots of detailed info. Some stuff on how to use it in a local development environment. A cool feature that Ganache recently released, you can use Ganache as a blockchain simulator. You can fork Celo mainnet or Celo Alpha Juarez with one-line command. And so that way you don't have to deploy any DeFi applications that you may want to test against or anything that's on the network currently. So it's a pretty cool feature to get a local blockchain simulator with the current mainnet state. Going into the React app, this is a Next.js app, and it does have the progressive web app plugin to make it more mobile friendly. It's pretty straightforward, but we have some components that we're adding to the components directory, pretty basic. There's some stuff we can restructure here to make it more conform to standards, but most of the interesting stuff is just right in the pages directory. The _app file has a lot of configuration stuff, setting up contract kit provider from the use contract kit package, snack bar provider, which helps with notifications, and then Apollo for querying the graph. And then the actual page that you see when you start the dev server is in index.tsx. So this is just a simple page that imports different contract components. So the main parts of it are this top bar that allows you to connect and disconnect accounts, and then connect to these various contracts that are deployed. This is connected to the Alpha Juarez testnet, so these link directly to the block explorer on those contracts. So yeah, I think I'll stop there. The repo may look different when you guys check it out. We're actively adding new components, new features. I think we're going to add some token information, some stuff about NFTs, uploading to IPFS. We've got ideas. If you have ideas, feel free to submit PRs or create issues as proposals, and we can discuss how we can work together to improve this. So thanks for watching.